MLB relocation threat, the Kansas City Royals? The pivotal vote set for April 2nd. This vote will determine the potential future stadiums, not only for the Kansas City Chiefs, but also for the Royals. The Royals situation appears to be more urgent, especially if the April 2nd vote fails to pass, extending the tax necessary to fund the Chiefs' renovations and the Royals' new stadium. Regarding the Chiefs, there's no indication of them relocating in a matter similar to St. Louis leaving for LA. However, there's a possibility of them moving within the state of Kansas or to a different area and potentially acquiring a dome stadium. Such a move wouldn't be entirely surprising, given the hefty investment of $800 million into a stadium that might not even see significant improvements compared to Arrowhead Stadium, which holds legendary status. For the Royals, this situation is a bit different. Over the past few years, they've entertained various plans for new stadiums. Recently, they've settled on a downtown Kansas City location, moving away from the Truman Sports Complex. This move makes sense considering the desire to attract more walk-up attendance from densely populated areas. However, if the April 2nd vote fails, the Royals' future becomes uncertain. The possibility of relocation becomes a concern, especially considering the team's desire to move out of Kauffman Stadium by 2030. Both the Kansas City Chiefs and the Royals are on the cusp of finalizing new lease agreements and community benefit agreements with Jackson County, setting the stage for potential stadium developments pending the outcome of the April 2nd vote. While team representatives assert that this vote serves to extend an existing tax rather than introducing a new financial burden on the taxpayers, there exists a faction of citizens who are opposed to the notion of public funding for stadiums, particularly when the primary beneficiaries are billionaire team owners. So basically, this will not benefit the people who live there. It's actually going to hurt the tax-paying people, but it's going to benefit the billionaires. They do this a lot, honestly, so I'm not even surprised about this. The tension between the desire for economic development and concerns over fiscal responsibility underscores the complexity of the issue, prompting stockholders to weigh the potential benefits against the perceived drawback of public investments in sports infrastructure. The Chiefs and Royals are actively engaged in concerned efforts to rally support for the upcoming vote, strategically highlighting the myriad ways in which the proposed stadium projects would enrich and benefit the local community. They emphasize not only the economic stimulation generated by such development, but also the cultural and social significance of having state-of-the-art facilities that can attract diverse events and activities, thereby fostering community engagements and pride. Nevertheless, in the event that the vote fails to pass, the discourse surrounding the future of both teams may inevitably pivot towards a discussion of potential relocation threat, particularly concerning the Royals. While the prospect of relocation is often landed with complexity and uncertainties, involving negotiations and sometimes strategic plans by team owners, the looming possibility of nothing less casting a shadow of doubt and apprehension over the local sports landscape. Citizens and stockholders are left wondering with questions regarding the long-term visibility of their beloved teams within the community, and the potential ramifications of such a pivotal outcome extend far beyond the realm of sports, touching upon the broader socioeconomic considerations and civic identity. Ultimately, the outcome of the April 2nd vote will have significant implications for both teams, whether it's securing public funding for a stadium project or facing the prospect of relocation. The future of Kansas City's sports landscape hangs in the balance, so we'll see what happens honestly. Will they be relocating? Will they be moving states? Or will they just be staying put? Well, let's see what happens.